Brought to you through the regional support of First 5 Fresno County, First 5 Tulare County, and First 5 Madera County. Because it's all about the kids.
Runny nose, coughing, or just plain cranky. Do you know when your child is too sick to go to daycare? Claudia Solis-Alcala has some guidelines.
Hi, Nathaniel. How was Nathaniel's night?
When should you keep your child home from daycare? Public health nurse Megan Height says one of the most common reasons is when they have a fever accompanied by a few other factors.
Well, fever typically by itself is not a reason to keep a child home. But you need to look at other factors. If the fever is accompanied by, say, a rash, if the child has some behavior changes, they're really irritable, or they're vomiting, or they have diarrhea. If the fever is 101 or above, that is reason for them to stay at home.
And when it comes to diarrhea, your child care provider will likely be inclined to say, "See ya."
And the rule we always tell providers is if the diarrhea cannot be contained in the diaper or the toilet, then they need to be at home, regardless if they're contagious or not, because it takes a lot of manpower to take care of that child during the day, to clean it up, and there's a lot of germs in that diarrhea.
Other top reasons to keep your child home are head lice, vomiting 2 or more times in 24 hours, and eye infections with drainage.
Unfortunately, most children are contagious when they don't have any symptoms at all. So they usually start showing signs of sickness by their behavior. So if they get really irritable, they're really clinging with their parents.
Phyllis Carmona, also known as Nana, is the owner and operator of Carmona Daycare in Fresno. She agrees monitoring a child's behavior is very important.
Normally, the child will come in and want to play and jump and have fun, and this child doesn't want to participate. You know that that child is not feeling well. That's a dead giveaway.
Parents need to remember, if their child is sick, their illness can be spread to other children. Megan says children in daycare are likely to become ill more frequently than children who stay home.
Just for the simple reason that they're around a lot of other kids, they can be in enclosed spaces, and diseases usually spread most commonly through direct contact or respiratory droplets.
It's important to remember that a daycare is a business, and the child care provider has a right to set their own policies on illness. Every daycare may have different guidelines, so it's important that a child care provider share their policies on illness with parents.
Best practice that we always tell providers is to have a written health policy in place. When a child needs to stay at home, what symptoms require exclusion from the daycare program. And as long as those parents are aware before the child is admitted, it'll be easier when the time comes and the child care provider tells them, "I'm sorry, they can't be here." And the parent can't come back and say, "Oh, well, I didn't know, you didn't tell me this."
Megan recommends that child care providers consult with the parent each day as they drop off their child.
It's a very simple mini assessment. When the child comes in, you meet the parent and the child at the door, and you just kind of ask the parent, "Hey, how did Johnny do last night? Did he sleep well? How's he eating?"
Fresno father Brad Houseladen says for his family, communication is a must.
Especially for new parents like us who don't have any family in town, communicating with Nana and the Carmona family about what are the signs of sickness and how to respond has been extremely helpful for two parents who don't have any family in town.
Bye, Brad.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye, honey.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Claudia. We have a detailed child care checklist on our website to help you determine when it's best to keep your little one home. Just go to our website at kvpt.org and click on 0 to 5 in 30 minutes.
Brought to you through the regional support of First 5 Fresno County, First 5 Tulare County, and First 5 Madera County. Because it's all about the kids.